All right, all right, all right. What's up? Let's get this party started, man. What's up, everybody? All right, thank you for coming through again for yet another premium live stream brought to you exclusively by Shark City Hockey, where we will have real-time reaction to the action as the San Jose Sharks are playing their second game in as many nights. We are currently on a 3-game win streak, and we are hoping to freaking continue to push for the playoffs. Now, I'm going to run through this really quick. My apologies. I had some things that urgently needed my attention this afternoon and this morning. So literally just getting right back into the studio here with just moments ago before puck drop. So we're going to quickly go through our pregame show here. And we're going to start off with a quick little look at what's going down tonight at the tank. So Los Tiburones are playing the Toronto Maple Leafs. This is going to be the final game between the two squads. San Jose Sharks leads the season series 1-0. The last game, they defeated the Toronto Maple Leafs in overtime 3-2 in Toronto. The Sharks, same record as last night in their last 10, 4-5-1, whereas the Leafs are 5-3-2. Again, the win last night allowed us to jump ahead. Right now, as it stands with 9 games remaining in the standings, the Sharks have 1 point, or rather are 1 point out of a wild card spot. The LA Kings are holding that spot down because the dang Blues couldn't get the job done last night. So they have 78 points of standings. The Sharks could easily jump tonight. Again, making interesting hockey here for the final 9 games of the season. All right. Sharks all-time regular season against the Toronto Maple Leafs is 29-27-5-1. The Maple Leafs all-time regular season record playing at the Shark Tank in the SAP Center of San Jose is 8-12-3-2. Some players to watch for tonight are those who are currently on hot streaks. Macklin Celebrini, absolute stud these last 2 games. He has 9 points in his last 3 to be exact, but we're all really focused on the last 2 in which he gained his 100th, 101st, 102nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th point. Alexander Wenberg also has been on fire in the last 2 home games, but specifically stretching out to the last 4, he has 6 points, 4 goals, and 2 assists. Will Smith, 7 points in his last 3 games, a goal and 6 assists. And Dmitry Orlov, 3 points in his last 3 games, all assists. All right, let's take a quick look at the lineup. Yours truly is going to freaking figure out what the true lineup is. Right now, it was a game time decision. So let's see what that game time decision is. I'm going to check the socials, but as it stands right now, the if Igor Chernyshov, rather than if, let's just find out. Let's find out if he's in or not. All right, so Chernyshov is in. Thank goodness. So here are your lines as they were for these last couple of games, with the exception of last night when Chernyshov was feeling sick. So Ty Dellandrea came in his absence. But you're going to have Chernyshov, Celebrini, and Smith on the first line, Eklund, Wenberg, and Sherwood on the second line. Colin Graff, Michael Misa, Tyler Toffoli on the third, and your checking line is Goodrow, Osobchuk, and Gaudette. You could jump straight to defense now. Dmitry Orlov, Vincent Desharnais, Shakir Mukhamadullin, Mario Ferraro, Sam Dickinson, and Nick Leddy are your top 6 tonight. In goal, of course, no surprise here, Alex Nedeljkovic. Yaroslav Askarov had a fantastic night last night. His first quality start since March 9th? Anyways, we'll see if Alex Nedeljkovic could put on an equally impressive performance and help the Sharks continue to strive toward the playoffs. All right, and that right there is your starting lineup. Just a quick look into, you know what, that doesn't matter. It's almost game time. All right, let's take a quick look at the chat. I haven't been this excited for a Sharks game in a while. Same here, bro. Same here. Honestly, like thanking God. All praise and glory to God, to be 100 with you, that we are actually here. It's been like 5 years, man. It's been 5 long years that we've been able to look toward potentially clinching a playoff spot versus, having the best odds in the draft lottery. So I know some of you out there in Sharks territory feel some type of way about that. Hey, for the rest of you like myself who want to see some Stanley Cup playoff action in San Jose, this is exactly where we want to be. Someone said, will I be able to watch the game on this stream? No, you will not be able to watch the game on this stream because that would be called copyright infringement. We do not have the written express permission from the National Hockey League to broadcast any of their games here. And even if I showed you a little clip while being a live stream, that would shut down this channel. We're not going to do that because we've had such a tremendous community that we've built over the past few years. So, I know that's kind of a popular thing on TikTok, but that's why those channels don't really last too long. All right, let's go, Sharks. We got this. Absolutely, we got this. Game is in session now. The puck has been dropped. Let's go, Sharks. All right. Let's roll, baby. Bum, bum, bum. I'm going to switch the music up to something a little bit more appropriate, fam. Let's do some hip hop here. All right. So, what I'm really looking forward to in this game, oops. All right, my bad. Didn't realize I cut the camera there. What I'm really looking forward to in this game is whether or not the Sharks are going to be able to bring, that energy needed. Let's be real. They had to dig real deep last night in order to make some stuff happen. Speaking of which, here is Chernishev back on the ice after feeling ill. That's what's up. He takes the first shot attempt to look like it went wide. But back to what I was trying to say, I am really interested in seeing if the Sharks are going to actually have that tempo, going to have that pep in the step, if they could be energetic, having just played less than 24 hours ago in a game that went down to the wire. They had to dig deep in order to beat those Anaheim Ducks. So let's see what they got. Let's see what they got left in the tank. No pun intended. All right. What happened to my music, baby? Again, thank you all for joining me here, wherever you're joining me around the world, while we wait for the first goal to be scored here. Why don't you let us know where you're joining us from? Comment your city in the comment section. Let me know where you're coming through from to watch this live watch-along party with real-time reaction to the action. All right. Toronto Maple Leafs now operating behind the Sharks trapezoid. Looks like Gaudette is able to recover the puck, or was that Wenberg? My bad. Wenberg. He dumps it deep. So we got Wendy out there with Eki and Chief Keefe. They recover the puck in the offensive zone. Eklund now by the half wall. Cycles around. Tries a centering attempt to Alexander Wenberg. That doesn't connect. Wenberg is there, recovers. This is the point. Shot goes wide. It looked like that was Mook. Oh, Chief Keefe almost had a nice shot attempt, but that did not connect to the net. Oh my gosh, the Sharks are pulling the trigger early here. That was a good shift. Chief Keefe looking good out there, solid right now, start this game. All right. Face off in the offensive zone for the San Jose Sharks. Colin Graff is going to take the place of Michael Misa as the refs are tossing out Misa. Max Domi wins the faceoff for Toronto. Now Toronto with the puck behind their own trapezoid. Pressing is Misa. They are able to look like they try to pass the puck out. It looks like it went out of play. So we got a stoppage, but the faceoff will go outside of the Leafs defensive zone. All right. Sharks have been looking absolutely fantastic since they've came back to San Jose. Started their winning streak against Columbus, that final game of the road trip, and the past two games at the tank, they've been absolutely amazing. As a matter of fact, the game against Columbus Blue Jackets, the game against the St. Louis Blues, and the game last night against the Ducks, the Sharks did something the first time in NHL history. They became the first team to score game-winning goals in the final 90 seconds in 3 consecutive games. So our heroes are Chernishev, Gaudette, and Wenberg. exciting hockey after going on quite the skid here. So Sharks fans are absolutely pumped for this game. And honestly, like we see in the comment section earlier, I'm just going to highlight that comment one more time. I haven't been this excited for a Sharks game in a while. I think that's pretty much the general vibe here in Shark City. All right, Toronto Maple Leafs now trying to make something happen. There's a battle along the boards. Dickinson and Desharnais are there. Now Colin Graff comes in support by the half wall. Passing attempt to the faceoff circle. That puck kind of squeaks its way toward Nedeljkovic, and he elects to cover it up. Smart play by Nettie. All right, it looks like we already got a little bit of a spoiler alert here. So, as I mentioned previously, our game time reaction, our real game action tracker right here, our game action tracker is a little bit ahead of our live broadcast, but we're about to have ourselves a goal. It looks like, oh, stop, Chuck. Yeah, baby. Yeah, baby. How about that? The San Jose Sharks score a goal on the first shot on net. I don't think that was the first. Well, it was the first. My bad. I take it back. Let's update the scoreboard here. Sharks goal by Zach Ostapchuk, his fourth of the season, assisted by Barclay Goodrow and Dmitry Orlov. Dmitry Orlov continues to be on fire. Barclay Goodrow and Ostapchuk, that checking line has been absolutely clutch for the San Jose Sharks, especially in these past few games during this win streak. Yes, goal ready, baby. That's right. The Sharks are hungry. Yes, they are. Let's go. Already taking a lead early. Love it. Absolutely love it. They are not effing around out there, baby. They're not pucking around. Let's roll. Let's go. 3 minutes and 27 seconds is all it took, and one shot on net for the San Jose Sharks to get a goal. Love it. Absolutely love it. Wow. That was easy. Anyways, man, that was pretty dope. So looking at this goal, just some great zone exit from the Sharks. And matter of fact, let me just do this visualizer here. So this right here happened off of the faceoff. Ostapchuk wins the faceoff. Dmitry Orlov recovers it behind the Sharks goal line near the half wall. He sends it along the boards up to the blue line where Barclay Goodrow recovers it. Goodrow with a great pass across the ice, across center ice. Nice stretch pass. And Ostapchuk skates the puck up to the bottom faceoff circle. That's the left side of Toronto Maple Leafs goaltender. Let's see who's in net for them really quick. Stolars, and Ostapchuk buries it for his fourth of the season. Absolutely love it. Again, this is a huge game for the San Jose Sharks. They have, let's see, what is it? Their chances here. Their playoff odds as it is right now are 32.91%. So obviously a victory tonight will continue to add to that chances. Now that Sharks goal, again by Ostapchuk, happened in the bottom faceoff circle. It happened 40 feet away at a 37-degree angle. So let's go, baby. Let's go. We said Toronto. We got someone from Toronto here, but I love the Sharks since their inception. I don't blame you, man. When they first came around, they were one of the most popular teams in the hockey world. because of these logos right here that you see hanging over my shoulders. That's right. All right, face off. Deep in the Toronto zone again. Here come the Toronto Maple Leafs breaking off from zone. They throw it on net. They shoot it on net again, and Nedeljkovic makes a save off of Steven Lorentz and Oliver Ekman-Larsson's shot attempts. Let's go. Nedeljkovic being tested finally here as Toronto registers their first 2 shots on net. Here comes Kiefer Sherwood. He sends it deep in the zone. Right around Alexander Wennberg, picks it up at a half wall. Now he takes it in the trapezoid. Passes it to the point to Leddy. Leddy looks, he shoots. That gets blocked down, or was it high? I believe that was blocked by Lorentz. Sam Dickinson does a wrist shot. That's saved by Anthony Stolarz. Wennberg with the puck by the board. Sends it back to the point of Leddy. Leddy across the blue line to Dickinson. Dickinson back to Leddy on the right side. Leddy skates towards center ice. Drops to Dickinson, who's pinching by the faceoff circle. He shoots it. That gets saved. Sharks are just cycling around this freaking zone right now. They're having their way in Toronto's defensive zone. Gotta love it. What a good shift by the Sharks. Third line there. We got someone saying, Buckeyes boy here supporting the Sharks. What's up? That's what's good. And following up on another comment, the logos, but Arturas Urbe was my favorite goalie. Yes, the Wall, like Wall. Fantastic goaltender. One of the first goalies in our inaugural season. As usual, we have people with money on the line. Someone says if Sharks win, I take. All right. Very nice. Someone trying to cash out on how hot the Sharks have been lately. I don't blame you. Almost a sure. I mean, that's a solid bet. All right. TV timeout. That gives me a chance to kind of get back in the zone and get some things, get some stuff here squared away. I want to say again, thank you to everybody who's joining me. I want to pause for a quick second here so I can update my socials on that last goal scored. But I just want to say thank you to everybody who's been, coming through on our YouTube channel exclusively. For these past 3 games, I've had an absolute blast watching them, watching along with you guys here. And, I hope the Sharks get it done today. So far, since we've been back for our watch-along parties, we're 3-0. Gotta love it. Chose the right time to come back and start these things back up. All right, I want to take a quick pause. Quick pause to update the channels here, fam. All right, so just go ahead and while we wait, we're almost back from the TV timeout. Y'all let me know where you're chiming in from. Where are y'all joining me for this watch along party tonight? We already got some people who said that they are coming through from True North, and I imagine if you're Buckeyes, you're also kind of over there near the mid, not the Midwest, but more like the East, right? So wherever you're joining us from in Sharks territory, again, I appreciate you all coming through today to chill and cheer on Team Teal. All right, Sharks with another opportunity. They have Solar scrambling in the net there. Toronto's able to clear the puck, though. Sharks out there with that fourth line, Goody, Gadet, and Ostapchuk scored the first goal for the Sharks tonight. Let's see this comment. Let's say Sharks are just as great as organization. Building is usually, if not always, at the forefront, something the Leafs can never accomplish. Oh, man. You said it, brother. I didn't. You said it. I appreciate the dialogue that y'all having. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to feature your chats here tonight. So feel free to chat amongst yourselves. And go ahead, and if you like to interact with me as well, that'll be great. All right, Nedeljkovic had to step out of the net there in the trapezoid to make a pass to Orlov. It looks like Orlov, trying to avoid a hit, does clear the zone, gets to center ice, but Toronto recovers. Now Toronto, that was Letty, rather, pardon me. Toronto does enter the Sharks zone, trying to build some offensive pressure here. Not a good pass or clearing attempt by the Sharks. That leads to a turnover in the defensive zone. Toronto now cycling the puck around. Will Smith is there to clean it up. He's going to get Macklin Celebrini. Celebrini looks up. He gives the pass to Chernyshov. Chernyshov gets pickpocketed at center ice. And here comes the Maple Leafs. Maple Leafs kind of just waiting for some enforcements. They got caught in the middle of a line change. They throw the puck on net. But Nedeljkovic makes a save. He made a save off of Nicholas Robertson there. Now the Sharks are trying to calm it down and they recover. My fault. Come on. All right, we're midway through this first period here, and the Sharks have been keeping up. They've been keeping up the tempo for having played just 24 hours ago. No problem. Looks like their legs are right under them. I'm honestly, if I may, they seem to be a little bit more energetic than they were last night. I think they're freaking feeling it. No sign of fatigue. No sign of being, gassed from last night, being weary. They're handling, and I love their offensive zone pressure right now. Here comes Toronto, though, as I give praise. Ferraro battling for the puck. Toronto recovers it behind the goal line. They send it to the point. Maple Leafs now elect to dump it all the way back around the boards. At the wing now, Toronto carries it. Is that Tavares? I'm not too sure. But nonetheless, the Sharks are able to clear the zone, and they're going to clear actually all the way down for icing. All right. Let's go. All right, face-off deep in the Sharks' defensive zone on the right side, bottom left face-off circle of Alexander Nedeljkovic. Oh, nice shot attempt. Oliver Ekman-Larsson slap shot it wide. And that goes all the way back down Toronto zone. They win the foot race, and they are able to advance the puck into the Shark zone. Orlov now behind the net, slaps it back down. Recovered by Toronto by the blue line. They enter the Shark zone. 3-on-2 if they hurry. Shot attempt gets blocked in front of the net. Where's the puck? Nedeljkovic lost it. Recovered by Misa. Misa now. Beautiful exit and zone entry. However, he's unable to connect on the pass, so Toronto recovers it. They try to slap it. Sharks keep the zone. Now Misa behind the net. He has support with Colin Graff. A blast from the freaking point, and that gets gloved down by Stolars. We already got another comment saying Stolars is the best goalie, but they ask him to stand on his head and allow all the forwards to pummel him. That's the Maple Laugh strategy on defense the past 40 years. Bro, just come to the Shark side already. Come to the Shark side. Hope Celebrini gets a hat trick. Absolutely we do. Absolutely we do. All right, TV timeout. That's going to give me a chance to kind of tailor to my other channels here really quick. So as I pause, I will turn up the music. And you guys go ahead and let me know one more time. I see about 24 of you right now actively watching. By the way, I appreciate all of you for almost 3 consecutive live streams. As soon as we hit end, there's at least been like 1K or more of you guys that popped in and out are still for the duration of this live stream. I appreciate you all. So let me know where y'all chiming in from. That was the fastest TV timeout ever. He said, "Go Raptors, go." All right, so game on. All right, so Toronto's actually getting a little bit more of the zone pressure these past few minutes here. Sharks are going to have to, clean this up. Oh, here's an opportunity. If Gaudette can find him, he does on the breakaway now. A great, oh, man. Oh, Stavchuk looking for his second of the night. He had a great opportunity on the breakaway there, but unfortunately, he's unable to beat Stolars on the backhand attempt. That was pretty sick, though, I got to say. All right. Sharks now trying to build upon that breakaway opportunity there. Nick Leddy, a blast from the point. Looks like that right there went wide to the left. Will Smith now with Celebrini working along the boards. The puck gets turned over as Smith gets rubbed off the puck, and here comes Toronto. Excellent zone entry, by the way, but Nick Leddy just absolutely disrupts the offensive rush. Sharks are able to clear it to center ice. Toronto now just blasts it into the Shark zone. Nedeljkovic cuts it off in a trapezoid, leaves it for, who is that? For Sam Dickinson. He gives it to Leddy. Sam Dickinson now gets it passed back. Looks like the Sharks are waiting for the rest of their line change to finish. Now pass up to Alexander Wenberg, who's been absolutely filling it. Chief Keefe now with the puck at the half wall. Wenny to the point. Sharks elect to put it back behind the goal. Eklund now getting a little roughed up there along the boards. He loses the puck. Toronto now trying to advance it out of their own zone, and they do. But the Sharks are right back there. Mario Farrell cuts off the pass and dumps it deep. Alexander Wimberg takes a puck away. Nice little spin move to create space. Gives it to Eklund. He blasts it high. Oh, man, what an opportunity there. I think it was blocked by Morgan Riley, to be honest with you. But what a great couple of opportunities. Some great awareness by the Sharks, by the way. Their forwards, bro. Like, they've been just stealing the puck away and making some good moves. Which team do you rep in Cali? College and pro? I presume Spartans in college. I got something for you really quick. You assumed correctly, my friend. Check that out. That is fire. San Jose Spartans and Shark Knight got this hat at the beginning of the season. As far as, like, you know, if you want to go down the list of teams, 49ers for the NFL, I guess I'll stick to the Bay with the Warriors here. And San Francisco Giants, San Jose Giants, if you want to count that minor league. And in the AHL, obviously the Barracuda. We'll even go give a shout out to the San Jose Earthquakes, MLS, baby, Major League Soccer. So a lot of San Jose teams, to be 100 with you. And not for the sake of just being pro Bay Area sports or trying to like claim being a Bay Area sports fan. These are actually all games that I went to, with the exception of the Warriors. I've yet to watch them live. So maybe that'll be on the bucket list for this year, probably, like, you know, next season or something. However, I have been to the old Oakland, their old home in Oakland, the arena over there. All right, let's go, baby. Less than 5 minutes here. Back to hockey. Yeah, there. Once upon a time ago, before the San Jose Earthquakes actually got their new arena, that is right there next to the airport. They used to play in the Spartans Stadium, or Spartans football stadium in San Jose State. So I remember watching those games, and way back in the day when we had like London Donovan. Yeah, long time ago. Here's a real throwback. Before the Earthquakes, there was a period of time where they were called the Clash. The San Jose Clash. Yeah. Old Scorpion logo. But back to Sharks hockey, baby. Face-off won by Toronto in the Sharks defensive zone. Toronto looking for that angle. They try to throw it off the back into Nedeljkovic. Great awareness. He instantly pops up to squeeze against the goalpost. That was a nice little nifty shot attempt. Ain't mad at it. Toronto blasted all the way down in the zone. Sam Dickinson is there to just kind of wait, clean it up. Less than 4 minutes now. This song is killing me. Let's go to another one. Sound like some elevator music. All right, Sharks top line is out there. Macklin Celebrini, Igor Chernyshov, and Will Smith. The Chill Mac line is back, baby. Yes, they are. I'm just glad that they're kind of like given the recognition and the coverage that they deserve. Growing up from middle school and throughout high school, and even most of my young adult life, the Spartans really were never given that recognition, man. A lot of that happened when they were in the Western Athletic Conference. So, oh, beautiful glove save by Alex Nedeljkovic. Simon Benoit had a prime opportunity right in the slot. Takes a wrist shot, like just squared up. Nedeljkovic takes a wrist shot, and he makes a fantastic save. Beautiful save by Nedeljkovic. Wow. Yeah, for real, bro. That music was awful. I'm gonna find some for you. I want to find something a little bit better. I just had this thing kind of on shuffle. But back to that great chance, dude. Benoit had that wrist shot like 28 feet away, but it was right there in the high danger slot, right in between almost the two, right, almost right in between the two hash marks, man, of the face off dot. Let's see. Let's try. We're just gonna go back to hip hop. Why not? All right, fam. There we go. I'm turn it up a little bit. Mm-hmm. Now we're talking. That's more like it. All right, game on, baby. Let's do this. Oh, what a great opportunity. Tavares with a great, between the legs pass, try to center that, but Sharks defense was well aware, break up the pass, but Tavares has been trying to make some nifty moves. That right there kind of aligns with his skill set. All right. So Kiefer Sherwood had an opportunity right there, but looks like that was I don't know if it got deflected up. But here we go. We have just under 3 minutes remaining here in the first period. Pretty much it's been pretty chill. Been pretty chill. Now Sharks deep in the face-off deep in the offensive zone. Desharnais just holds the zone in, gives the puck to Orlov. He's bumped off of it, shoulder checked off of it. He's still fighting for it. Nice poke check from Tyler Toffoli. Great drop pass. Oh, Colin Graff with the goal, baby! Yeah! Yes, sir. The Sharks are just on one tonight, baby. They are absolutely on fire. Absolutely on fire. Colin Graff gets his 20th goal this season, assisted by Michael Misa and Tyler Toffoli. Woo! 17 minutes and 43 seconds into the first period. San Jose Sharks make it 2-0, courtesy of Colin Graff. 20th goal of the season. Michael Misa's 10th assist of the year. And Tyler Toffoli gets his 29th assist of the 2025-26 campaign. Sharks up 2-0. What an absolute clutch goal by Colin Graf right before the first intermission. And Nedeljkovic with another save. Yes, that's what I'm talking about. Okay, so Nettie, we've been saying this in Sharks territory all season long. This guy absolutely deserves to be the starting goaltender. But you know what? With the way Askarov is kind of playing, now, I'll be real with you. His game against the Blues was he got bailed out by Celebrini and Wenberg. But last night against the Ducks, that's the freaking type of goaltending that the Sharks envisioned when they acquired him in that trade with Nashville. With Nedeljkovic looking strong right now in this first period. Now, granted, the Sharks have only allowed 5 shots on net, but with him looking as, he looks like he's in good form right now. If these two netminders could have this type of goaltending, not only are we going to clinch that final wildcard spot, man, but we're going to freaking take a bite out of that Western Conference, man, in the Stanley Cup playoffs. I don't want to get ahead of myself, but I absolutely love what I've been seeing. Yeah. All right. So we are just moments away from the first intermission. I will step aside briefly here. Going to load up on the snack bar, right, for a little intermission here. Get something to munch on, get something to sip on. Nothing crazy. Usually it's just my juice here. And, yeah, we'll come back and talk about that first period. Break it all down. I was just about to say, prior to that goal, it almost was just like, just kind of back and forth since that first shot on net. But, damn, man, Sharks made it happen. 2 goals with 10 shots. Love it. Not only that, but they played a very disciplined first period. No penalties committed thus far. Gotta love it. Gotta love it. We will take a look around other scores going around the league. Pump up the music. All right, I don't want to drown out the voice. I will put it up a little bit. Y'all tell me if that's good right there. Matter of fact, I'll do a live check right now. Why not? And thank you all for your feedback. Thank you all for commenting, by the way. Feel free to, chat it up amongst yourselves as well. Appreciate y'all coming through for the watch-along party with real-time reaction to the action as the San Jose Sharks have a 2-0 lead. A 2-0 lead after 20 minutes of hockey. All right. So it said I have this lucky Sharks jersey. Each time I wear it, they win. Each time I don't, they lose. Never take it off. Anyways, here we go. Intermission report coming up soon. Again, I'm going to step aside. That's right, brother. 2 goals on 10 shots. Great first period by San Jose. All right, in terms of music, I'll step aside. This is Shark City Hockey's live watch-along party with real-time reaction to the action. San Jose Sharks again have a 2-0 lead over the Toronto Maple Leafs as they look to continue to push forward toward that elusive wildcard spot. So we'll be right back. All right, all right, all right. Let's do that hockey. First, let me check the volume here. Let me see what's appropriate. Since we got some DJ requests here. 1 second. Let's check it out. Mic check 1 2 1 2 1 2. All right, that should be solid enough. Don't want to distort the vocals too much. Want to maintain the quality here. All right, so your San Jose Sharks have a 2-0 lead. That's exactly what we want to see here. Let's take a quick look at the box score. So if you're new to this watch-along party with real-time reaction to the action, my name is Aaron. I am your host here for Shark City Hockey's Pregame live stream. And the way we break down the intermission report is as such. We go over the box score. We go over who exactly contributed to shots on goal. We dive into the face-off summary and, kind of recap any of the points that we scored or go over any of the penalties committed. Pardon me. All right. Shots on goal for the San Jose Sharks, 10 shots on goal, 6 shots on goal for the Toronto Maple Leafs. San Jose scored their goal on the first shot of the game, courtesy of Zach Ostapchuk. And second goal was just a few minutes before the end of that first period by Colin Graff. Before we talk about those goals really quick, let's just kind of look at who else contributed to the other 10 shots. So Colin Graff, obviously, and Zach Ostapchuk have one shot on net, and they each got a goal. So 100% accuracy, gotta love it. Macklin Celebrini, Tyler Toffoli have a shot on net. Believe it or not, most of the shots have been generated from the blue line. How about that? Vincent Desharnais has a shot on net. Sam Dickinson has 2, and Dmitry Orlov has 3. All right. Alex Nedeljkovic is obviously perfect in net. However, he's only faced 6 shots, so we'll see, if he continues that trend in the second frame. Now back to the goals. Zach Ostapchuk scoring on that first shot on net. Again, we kind of recapped it earlier in this stream, but we're going to do it one more time in case you're just joining us right now. This all started deep in the Sharks' defensive zone. Face-off was won by Zach Ostapchuk. He won that face-off right there, the top face-off circle left to the left of Nedeljkovic. All right. And then they pretty much, that puck gets recovered. So that puck, the face-off rather, was won, and the puck travels toward the boards behind the goal line where Dmitry Orlov just slings it all the way alongside the boards where Barclay Goodrow recovers it rather at the right outside of the Sharks zone at the blue line. He has Adam Gaudette pinching in front of him, already trying to position himself at the blue line, and I think that right there will draw both of the defenders for Toronto toward him. Right, that left Ostapchuk not such wide open. John Tavares kind of was on him, but not at a proper angle to be in a prime position to make a play. So Goodrow gets that pass between all 3 Toronto Maple Leafs players. That pass goes from center ice line and reaches the stick of Ostapchuk near the blue line for a beautiful zone entry into the offensive zone. And he releases the shot, a wrist shot from right inside right barely inside of the face-off circle, just about 40 feet away at a 37-degree angle, and he's able to beat the Toronto Maple Leafs goaltender And if you're wondering who's in net for the Leafs tonight, it is none other than Anthony Stolarz. So great first goal by the San Jose Sharks. The only other goal in this game came from Team Teal as well. And that right there was Colin Graf. Absolutely love it. 20th of the year. And again, this is just some great opportunities created by the San Jose Sharks. Dmitry Orlov was pressing the puck carrier, who almost shook him off. He was stuck in a spot along the boards between Dmitry Orlov and Michael Misa, so he elected to pass it toward the center ice, where Tyler Toffoli made a great poke check play. It was then recovered by Michael Misa, who drives into the puck, drop passes it to Colin Graf, who's right behind him in the faceoff circle, and Colin Graf beats Stolarz on a wrist shot. And that right there happened on, it's almost identical on the opposite faceoff circle, about 28 feet away. All right, and that made it 2-0. Awesome offensive pressure and play, and you name it, zone entry, all that stuff. Great period by the San Jose Sharks. Moving along down the stat line here, 54.5, we'll just say 55% of the faceoffs were won by the San Jose Sharks, 12 out of 22 in that first period. And we're going to break it down how it all happened. In the offensive zone, the Sharks are 8 for 10. In the defensive zone, they're 2 for 7. And in the neutral zone, they're 2 for 5. Again, 22 face-off attempts. The Sharks won 12 of them. That's 55%. Let's talk about who contributed in the face-off dot. Alexander Wennberg is 1 for 4 tonight. That's uncharacteristic. 25% of his face-offs won. Colin Graf is 0 for 1. Zach Ostapchuk, man, he's having himself a night. 5 for 5, 100%. Macklin Celebrini is 3 for 6. That's 50. Michael Misa is 3 for 4, 75. And unfortunately, Adam Gaudette is 0 for 2. So those are the Sharks who are contributing to the 55% of faceoffs won. That's 12 faceoffs out of 22 attempts. Again, it was a clean period by both teams. Very well disciplined. 0 penalty minutes. That means no power plays. And it was starting to get a little physical there. 10 hits from Toronto Maple Leafs, 6 for the Sharks, 6 blocked shots by Toronto, 8 by San Jose, 7 giveaways by the Maple Leafs. Gotta love that. How about the Sharks? 4 giveaways only. I know. 4 giveaways to 7. Doesn't seem like too much of a difference, but the Sharks have been notorious for, racking up those giveaways often and early. So you love to see them playing a disciplined game. You love to see them making the most of their opportunities, playing, not allowing much shots on Ned, poke checking and creating turnovers in the offensive zone. I mean, they're just playing a solid game. And the reason why you might call it, you're not risen it. What do they call it? Glazing or whatever. I'm trying to keep up with the terms, with the terminology. I'm trying to keep up with the trends. Anyways, you might think, oh, you're just glazing your team. You're a homer. You just might just be, super like puffing up your team here. But no, man, I'm honestly genuinely impressed by that first period, considering, everything that went down just last night against the Ducks. So outstanding game by the San Jose Sharks. Again, they lead the season series. They defeated the Toronto Maple Leafs 3-2 in overtime on December 11th in Toronto. And right now they have a 2-0 lead in the final game of the season series. Let's take a look at what's going on around the league, my friends. First and foremost, let me take a chomp out of this. 14 games being played across the National Hockey League tonight. And the Sharks fans, the ones that we're most interested in, I'll call out. All right, so after 2 periods, the Oilers have a 2-0 lead over the Chicago Blackhawks. Not tripping too much up with that. Chicago is pretty much playing for draft lottery, even though I think the Canucks are going to hold that down. The Flames have a 1-0 lead over the Golden Knights after 1 period. The Mammoth and Kraken are playing each other. Now, that's a big game because the Kraken are just behind the Sharks. If they get a win tonight, they could be right there, neck to neck with us. They may even jump. I'm not too sure on that. But I know that the Sharks have at least a game on hand as of now. So I'm not too worried about that. But I would absolutely love to see. I mean, that's a hard game. Who are you going for in that one, fam? Let me know, chat. Who y'all going for? Because real talk, like if the Kraken win, then in many respects, that kind of gets us a little closer to the Mammoth, who have the number one wild card spot. But of course, if they win, that brings them closer to us. So I think in this case, I'm going to have to go for Utah to keep the Kraken further away from contending for that final wild card spot, or contending for the spot that we're currently in, which is like right beneath that second wild card spot. But after one period, the Kraken have a 2-1 lead. All right. Predators and Kings. This is a tough game. Another tough game to cheer for, because in many ways, you want the Predators to defeat the LA Kings because they are right above us at 78 points. But Nashville and San Jose both have 77. So if Nashville wins, they're going to jump the Sharks and they're going to jump the Kings. Or maybe they don't. If we win, maybe we get the second. It's going to be really interesting to see how these play out. But point percentage wise, I think we get the tiebreaker because we have 0.527 where they're 0.520. All right. And we have the game on hand. So again, another one of those games where it's like kind of torn. Like, who do you go for? All right. They are one period deep in already. They're in they're 7 minutes into their first period. So Predators have a 2-0 lead over the Kings. Ottawa Senators have they had a 4-1 victory over the Buffalo Sabres. So the visiting Buffalo Sabres lost 4-1 in Ottawa. The Lightning defeat the visiting Penguins. Tampa Bay wins by a final score of 6-3 over Pittsburgh. The Florida Panthers defeat the visiting Boston Bruins by a score of 2-1. The Montreal Canadiens go into New York and beat the Rangers 3-2. The Detroit Red Wings defeat the Philadelphia Flyers in Philly 4-2. The Carolina Hurricanes handle business at home against the Columbus Blue Jackets. They defeat them by a score of 5-1. Yes, sir. The New Jersey Devils defeat the Washington Capitals 7-3. The Stars shut out the Jets. Yeah, you'd want to see that because the Jets are also kind of pressing for that final wild card spot. So the Dallas Stars help us out there. They shut out the Jets. And the Minnesota Wild defeat the Canucks 5-2. All right, so the games we'll be paying attention to from here on out are going to be the ones that are currently in action, more specifically the Mammoth and Kraken and the Predators and Kings games. I think those are the ones that really matter to us here in Sharks territory. All right, and that's your look around the league. We're going to turn on the music. I think we have about moments away before they drop the puck again here in San Jose. So turn on the music until then. All right. Game on, game on. Let's roll. Puck is dropped. Toronto wins the face-off. They dump it all the way down to the Sharks zone. Vincent Desharnais is there to recover. Sharks are able to get that puck out, but they're going to backpedal here for a second as they set up for zone entry. Dmitry Orlov's pass attempt gets intercepted in center ice. Here comes the 3-on-2 opportunity for the Maple Leafs. Great check by Celebrini on Tavares. Made him get to one knee on the ice, took him off balance. And the puck is not able to be held in onside by Toronto, so we have a stoppage in play. Now I'll be 100 with you. I try to do the play-by-play. I normally don't do play-by-play, but I do try to do it so we're all kind of on the same page. But forgive me if time and time I get stuck because I am a fan, so I love to watch my team as well, you know. Morgan Riley with the shot attempt. It gets blocked by all the bodies in the middle of the slot there. Mario Ferraro battling for the puck, literally dropping to a knee, but he drops the puck to Muka Madulin. Muka Madulin plays the boards off the glass and gets to the center ice. Battle for it in neutral zone. Sharks and Maple Leafs battling for the puck in front of the benches. Puck finds its way all the way back to the trapezoid, so the Nedeljkovic is there to help play. Sharks now. Great leading pass to the blue line. Colin Graff gets it deep. Now the Sharks are setting up. Dickinson throws it toward the net, but it hits bodies. And here come the Maple Leafs now. Maple Leafs throw the puck into the half wall. Now the trapezoid. Nick Leddy recovers it. Advancing the puck to Kiefer Sherwood. He passes up to Alexander Wenberg. Alexander Wenberg now. Great zone entry. Drops it for Eklund. He shoots it. It gets saved. And they score! San Jose Sharks goal scored by William Eklund. Yeah, baby. Sharks lead this one 3-0. Assisted by Alexander Wenberg and Kiefer Sherwood. Great shot. Eklund throws it right off of the pad of Stolarz and it bounces in the net. Gotta love it, baby. Love that comment. Yes. Keep it going. No mercy. Absolutely. Sharks with the puck again. San Jose. Eklund shoots it again. That goes up and out of play into the netting. But how about Los Tiburones? For all you fans here in San Jose, in the Bay Area, anyone that had a ticket to the game, that's not really true. They have a link to the QR code on the website. And really, for those that participate, you just go in there and say, hey, I'm here to collect my 3 free tacos at Taco Bell because the Sharks scored 3 goals already. 1 minute, 42 seconds to the second period, and the Sharks have a 3-0 lead, courtesy of William Eklund's 13th goal of the season. Assisted by Alexander Wenberg, continuing to be on fire. And Kiefer Sherwood, baby. Love it. Absolutely love it. You know what? I know a lot of you out there are going to be like, all right, brah, pump the brakes. All right. The Toronto Maple Leafs are like barely in it, you know, league wide. They are what, the 25th ranked team in the league, but in their conference, they're like second to last, right? So we're chasing the playoff spot, fam. You have to excuse my excitement. I don't care if they're the Avalanche or the Canucks. Every win here is absolutely critical. Hey, baby. Got a comment saying Sharks have been on the receiving end of some beatdowns this year. I'd love to see them really blow out Toronto. Yes, sir. That's right. Absolutely. Macklin Celebrini with a shot. That goes. Actually, that was a good save. That was a blocker save. Good job, man. All right, here comes Toronto. They are trying to just find anything. Good shot. That goes wide. Good spot for a shot, I'd rather say. Man, we could actually turn up the music here now, fam. Kind of kick back and enjoy this one. We could chill and talk till for real now. Yeah. Pardon me as I get my chomp on. By the way, Sharks only have 2 shots on goal so far in this first period, so you gotta love it. 2 shots, and they get a goal. Out effing standing, baby. Wow. Barring some kind of like epic freaking collapse, Sharks look like they're coasting toward their 4th victory in a row, which means that this stream we are 4-0 now, fam. Not calling it. We still got like 35 minutes of hockey left, so I don't want to jinx or anything, but the way the Sharks have been playing thus far, these first 25 minutes, they look like they got this one in the bag, baby. And Nedeljkovic, another great save. Nedeljkovic looks like he's going to be feeling it tonight. Might be on one, trying to reclaim that spot as a number 1 netminder. Honestly, we have a great 1-2 punch here. I don't think there's any real like number 1 netminder in San Jose. If I had to put my money on anybody, it's going to be Ned. But you know, if Askey could play like he did the other night, we're going to have some exciting games this April, baby. All right, let's get into it. Here comes Adam Gaudette. He has a stop check in the middle. Gaudette tried to feed it. He actually tried to sneak it into Stolar's 5-hole. He elected to skate up. Looked like he was going to try to go around the net, and he tried to sneak it toward the right post. 5-hole on Stolar's, but good awareness by the Toronto Maple Leaf goaltender. But how about Adam Gaudette, man? Gotta love that. I mean, watching in slow motion, it looked like he was just trying to make the best out of that situation. Maybe the puck was getting, I mean, Toronto did do a good job of kind of taking away some ice. It definitely took away the pass, so stop Chuck. So, I mean, I can't be mad at that attempt. That was pretty solid. So I said, I'm back. Another one. We the best hockey. Yep. Hoping for 8-0 blowout. This might be, ooh, Colin Graff almost had a chance for his 2nd of the night right there on that rebound attempt. Wide open net. And icing by Toronto. They had no choice. They had to ice the puck. All right. Superhero night is this weekend, baby. As the Sharks take on the Nashville Predators. Another huge game with playoff implications. Michael Meeson now face off in the offensive zone. He wins it. Shot attempt by Tyler Toffoli goes wide. Nick Leddy holds the zone. Gives it to Colin Graff. Colin Graff trying to center it to Toffoli, but that pass had a little too much mustard on it and it gets past him. Sharks still hold the zone. Behind the trapezoid now. Toronto with it. They recover it and they're able to clear the zone with some board play. But, oh, what a beautiful hit. And they're going to call that on Michael Misa. Sorry. Yeah, that's definitely nasty. Michael Misa cut off hold on, let me look at this one more time. Oh, that's bull shark. So Lawrence tried to cut behind Michael Misa, jump cut behind him. But the way it looked in real time, it looked almost as if Michael Misa kind of like interfered and gave him a shoulder check. But that was all Lawrence. He tried to jump around him and fell. So Toronto they lucked out, and they are getting a freaking penalty here. So the Sharks are going to have to kill off a penalty here. So let's go. Referee's giving you all a chance. It's all right. Dukovic with an amazing save right off that face-off. Nylander now gives it to Cohen. Nice. Says it's Tavares. Tavares shot. Looks like it got blocked. Ooh, here's a short-handed opportunity. 2-on-1. Fucking good Osapchuk. Oh, man. Laying down to take away the pass was a defender. Now here comes Tavares. He leaves it for Nylander at the blue line. He sent it back to Tavares by the boards. But the Sharks recovered the puck. Mario Ferraro has bias on him, gets thrown down, but the Sharks are able to advance to another 2-on-1. Goodrow and Wimberg. Wimberg to Goodrow. What a shot. Stolarz with a good save. Woo! Sharks looking good short-handed. Cowan now. He gives Tavares. Tavares shoots and scores. Damn. That was fun. That was a fun PK for the Sharks, but unfortunately, the Toronto Maple Leafs are able to convert on that give-me power play. Wow. That was awesome, though. That was a great sequence. John Tavares gets the power play goal, his 29th goal of the season at 6 minutes and 43 seconds. Assisted by Cowan, his 16th of the year, and Nylander, his 46th of the season. Exactly. Boo. Got some Leafs fans in the house. Say, go, Leafs, go. Was it hit super villainous? The refs had to call a penalty? Yeah, that was kind of weak. Yeah, pity goal for show. 3-1. Good job. Good job, Maple Leafs. You're back in the game. Well, you're not back in the game, but you're on the scoreboard, so that goose egg is erased. But that was some bullshit, for real. For reals. The penalty to Misa was some bullshit. Bro, that was a fun penalty kill. Like, real talk, we had like 2 prime opportunities, 2-on-1. And, man, Goodrow came this close to getting a shorty there. Face off deep in the Sharks zone, won by San Jose. They cleared the zone, but it's dumped right back in by the blue line from Toronto. Zone exit attempt again from San Jose. Toronto's starting to fill it. They're intercepting the puck. They're turning it over. Oh, yeah, baby! Penalty for San Jose. Sharks power play coming up for San Jose. Yeah. Bull Shark, love that saying. Thank you. I've been saying that for a few seasons now. I'm surprised it hasn't picked up. But yeah, Bull Shark. Thank you very much. All right. So what we got here? Dakota Joshua got called 2 minutes for tripping Sam Dickinson at 7 minutes and 23 seconds. I don't know why they do a TV timeout. I'm not a big fan of doing TV timeout after a penalty is awarded, because you essentially give the penalty killing team a chance to arrest. Unless, of course, that team is the San Jose Sharks. But TV timeout right now. When we come back, the San Jose Sharks will be on a 5-on-4 man advantage. Again, Dakota Joshua got called 2 minutes for tripping Sam Dickinson there. Now, that was a legitimate penalty. So we'll see what the Sharks can do. All right, so I see that we have some more Leaf fans in the house. Whether you're a fan of the Leafs or the Sharks, wherever you're watching us from, I would love to know. So comment your city, rep your hood in the comment section. Let me know where you're joining us from. Where are you joining us from tonight? By the way, I'm Aaron, your host of this Shark City Hockey Premium live stream. This watch-along party with real-time reaction to the action. San Jose Sharks looking to get just a little bit closer into the wild card. We're just 1 point away right now. And man, these games, the next game, Nashville, all these games playoff implications, baby. But I just appreciate you all for coming through tonight yet again to join me for this watch along party. San Jose Sharks been absolutely on fire lately, on fire. Now this game ain't over. I'm a big fan of saying it ain't over till it's over. That was the case last night. So, you know, so far so good, looking all right as we're almost midway through the game. And the Sharks have a power play. So you know what that means, baby. Type chomp chomp in the comment section. Sharks are on the power play. Face off one. Orlov by the blue line. He gives it to Will Smith at the wing. Will Smith looking. Sends it back to the point. Orlov now. Sends it to Macklin Celebrini, who's on the opposite end of the wing. He sends it to Wenberg behind the goal line. Back to the top face off dot. It's Celebrini. Celebrini to Wenberg. Back to Celebrini. A little tic-tac-toe pass in here. Sharks trying to create some space on the ice. Orlov now. Skating along the blue line. Gives it back to Celebrini. Back to Wenny. Right there at the goal line. And the Toronto Maple Leafs are able to disrupt Wenberg's stick. And Solar's elects to cover it up. All right. Want to see a little bit more there from the Sharks on the power play. But it's all good. All right, here we go. Let's reset. Face off. Left side of Solar's. Top face off circle. Wenberg in the dot. Ooh, puck gets cleared all the way into the Sharks zone. Will Smith is there to recover. He feeds it to Macklin Celebrini. Back passes it to Orlov. Orlov then drop passes it back to Will Smith, who just leaves it there for Celebrini. Now here comes the Sharks. Zone entry. Celebrini gives it to Toffoli. Toffoli immediately pressured, but he finds Celebrini. Celebrini looks at Will Smith. He shoots it. What a save by Stolarz. Ooh-wee. He had to have his awareness up there. Another save by Stolarz, and the Toronto Maple Leafs clear it. Wow, baby. All right, here comes the Sharks. Celebrini now with the puck, looking at the point of Orlov. Orlov gives it Smith. A one-timer is blocked. Sharks recover. Smith gives it to Orlov. Orlov shoots this time. Oh, Wenberg tries to stuff it with Stolarz just falling on the ice, absolutely scrambling to make that save. 30 seconds remaining in the power play. Here comes Wenberg. He looks for Smith, but that pass was just a little off. Orlov not the point. Back to Smith. Smith looks, drops it to Toffoli. Toffoli by the goal line, tries to feed Celebrini, but Toronto gets in the way. If they hurry up, it's going to be a 2-on-1 opportunity, shorthanded. Here comes Toronto. They feed it. A shot in the save by Nedeljkovic. Ooh-wee. That's two squads. Are both penalty killing squads with shorthanded opportunities there. My bad. And that right there is going to be the penalty for San Jose. Not the best power play. Or the power play sounds not the best power play, but it is what it is. So we have back-to-back. This is our third home game being back. It's our third game in like 4 days, if I'm not mistaken. So they played what? They played Monday, Wednesday, and then today, Thursday. So it feels that way, but it doesn't look that way on the ice, man. Sharks have been pretty good. Even when shorthanded, bro, they've been really good. All right. Let's make sure our shot clock is updated. Boom. Speaking of which, the San Jose Sharks have been They have been pouring it on, baby. 7 shots so far. Toronto has 2 in this period, but 7 shots for the Sharks in this period alone. So you gotta love it. All right, Sharks still building on that pressure from the power play. Luka Madulin now pinching all the way behind the goal line. He drop passes it for Eklund, who's camping out there by the trapezoid. Exactly. Can't be tired for the fans. Real talk. They're giving the fans a lot to cheer about. And I love it, man, because there's I say a small but loud portion of the fan base that wanted to see this team tank this year. They wanted to see them get best odds of a top 5 pick. Tripping, man. We have an opportunity to get in the freaking playoffs. Anyways, my bad. So I'm actually ecstatic with how the Sharks have been doing these last 4 games, man. Jawsome hockey. Yeah, for real, man. Practices seem like almost volunteer based for the past couple of game days here, right? All right. Let's go. Oh, here comes Toronto now. They recovered the puck in the neutral zone. Sharks are able to poke check it away, and that actually goes back into Toronto's zone. Sharks' 4th line is out there. That's Ostapchuk, Goodrow, and Gaudette. They've been outstanding for the Sharks these past couple of games. Gaudette got a game winner a couple nights ago, and Ostapchuk opened up the scoring for San Jose today. You know what I mean? Really, really, really good 4th line that we have. Let's keep this momentum into the playoffs. I've been saying this for a hot minute now. I'm going to say it one more time. I'm so excited for this team. I really feel with the talent and the youth that we have, we'll be extremely dangerous in the postseason. I really feel like people just be based off of. I'm just going to go on a Sharks soapbox here, so pardon me for a quick second, but I'm so sick and tired of people saying, oh, you know, they're projected to be a bottom team, and it's surprising that they're doing so well. It's not surprising that they're doing so well. Look at what happens when you leave the lines the same and you allow the team to build some chemistry, right? The Sharks have always been this good. I just feel like they're finally being allowed to show that they're this good. And I never believed that this was another team that was going to be competing for a top 5 pick. I always felt that this team was going to be pressing for the playoffs. And really quick, I know all you're going to say, bro, calm down. The Pacific Division is weak this year. Cap, this is the National Hockey League. I can care less what little asterisk you want to apply to the standings, bro. All that matters is that if we get in the show and we get a chance at that Stanley Cup, if the Sharks get the Stanley Cup, if they get their names etched on the Stanley Cup, do you think it's going to say, but this year the Pacific Division was this? No, it's not. All right, so long story short is I always believed that this team had a chance to contend for a playoff spot. So I'm so excited to see that that's exactly where we are now. If we make it, jawsome. If we don't, you know that next year that the bar has been raised and the expectations will be a little bit higher. And that's the type of hockey that these players deserve to play. And it's the type of, in my opinion, standards that they deserve to be held to, because we have so much talent, bro. So much talent. And I'm done glazing my team, as you would say. But yes, I absolutely believe in this team. And people want to kind of like cope, and like mainly those who want to see them get a top pick, usually their arguments like, oh, well, if they make it the playoffs, they're not going to get very far. They're going to get eliminated really fast. Just watch, bro. Just watch. Wait and see. All right. You can tell I'm hyped. So let's turn up the music here as we got a TV timeout. Thank you all for joining me again. I am Aaron James, your host here at Shark City Hockey, with real-time reaction to the action. San Jose Sharks are currently leading the Toronto Maple Leafs 3-1. We have about 26 minutes remaining in regulation. And the Sharks, honestly, I think they need one more goal. They need one more goal to kind of just regain control of this, or control the momentum here. Still playing a solid game. That power play goal was kind of a gimme from the referees. Super sus penalty. Not even really a penalty, but nonetheless, the scoreboard says 3-1. So the Sharks will use one more goal. One more goal. Oh my God. Aaron, thank you so much. I can't change it to the second period. My fault, fam. My fault. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. Keep me honest here. Sometimes, like I said, I'm a fan too, so sometimes I get so drawn into the game, little things like that slip through the cracks. Appreciate it and appreciate you. Yes. Okay. I want to address this one. No more loser mentality. That's what holds back team. Absolutely. Honestly, bro, when the fan base, when they call for it, your voice matters, bro. Your opinions matter. Let it be known that we won't stand for that. All right. Sharks got the goaltending situation right now. Drafted amazing and believe. Maple Laugh. I love that, bro. Maple Laugh fans keep believing. It's so funny. All right. Thank you, by the way. I genuinely mean that. Thank you for letting me know that I did not have it to the second period. All right. Jumbo Joe Thornton in the house. Yes, sir. Director of Vibes, as the Mike Greer once called him. I wonder if we'll see him on the bench soon, like an assistant coach or whatnot. But let's see. By the way, how are we feeling about head coach Warzone now? Ryan Rosowski, wasn't so long ago where fans were just kind of like, oh man, like exile. You know what I mean? But look at what happens when as I mentioned, when you just kind of allow the lines to build chemistry, man. He's had the same lines with the exception of last night because Chernyshov was ill for the last 4 games. And look at the Sharks' performance in the last 4 games. All right, let's go. Not to say that he hasn't changed them up. He does kind of shuffle them here and there, especially when needed, right? But it's great to know, that there's some consistency there. All right, Michael Misa with the puck in the defensive zone. He clears it out to center ice. Colin Graff was unable to get control or possession of that, so it gets dumped right back into the Shark zone. Ferraro and Mukamadulin are there. Battle along the boards now at the half wall. It's stuck in the skates. Misa trying to poke it away. He does get it. He taps it ahead of Ferraro. Ferraro now skating through the high danger zone. He tries to bank it off of the boards, but it's held in at the blue line by Toronto. They elect to dump it deep. They have bodies in the trapezoid. Unable to really control the puck is Toronto. He's still kind of stick handling, shuffling it there, sends it to the boards, fanned on a pass. Toronto doesn't know what to do with this puck right now. They send it alongside the wing. Shot attempt. Oh my gosh. Shot attempt hits a spinning. Oh, he's hurt. Oh, he's limping. That's all Bootsy. Oh my gosh, that's bad. Yeah, blow the whistle, bro. Not a good shift for Domi there. Number 11 of Toronto. Oh, he's not hurt. Okay, I thought that was a broken stick. His skate came, the blade of his skate came off. So good, because that hopping did not look good. So he shot attempt went right off of his blade of his skate, and it came right off. So stoppage and play, TV timeout. Yeah, that one stings. That's one of the things about sports and being a sports fan or even an athlete, right? That kind of sucks, man. Is like when greatness is kind of measured by championships. Like Joe Thornton, obviously he was inducted in the Hall of Fame where he belongs. But it's always going to be one of those things. Like if you're Dan Marino or let me think of some other guys that went without a championship, like Barry Sanders, just using football as an analogy here, for example. But sometimes like some fans out there, they want to judge you based off of the trophy case, right? So to put more on that, so did Patrick Marleau, so did Nabokov. I wasn't really huge on Pavelski. He was a great player, but so did Pavelski. You know what I mean? So I feel you. We had some great teams over the years, and unfortunately, weren't able to get it done. So I think that's what kind of makes this team so exciting and promising, is that, in hockey, the Stanley Cup is one of the toughest trophies to win. You don't need me to reiterate that. But I feel like we're finally building a team that in a few years could be legitimate cup contenders. Right now, we're trying to be playoff contenders, and we might be there. Yeah, he's been above average in his second year. Honestly, bro, I'm very opinionated about some of his coaching woes, and you know, as this team starts to develop from the rebuild to contending or contenders, you know, where he aligns. But I always felt that at the very least, Warsaw was going to be given 3 years at this position. And the first 2, we're going to kind of be like, you know, trusting the process to sum up with a very vague generalization. I think some of the frustrating things this season was kind of what I was talking about earlier about inconsistencies and just the lines shuffled all over the place and who was dressed, who wasn't dressed, blah, blah, blah. But look at how the fan sentiment changes, and look at how, honestly, like gameplay and everything changes when you just kind of have consistency. You let the lines build chemistry and you stick with it, right? Allow these players to be exactly who they are and what they are, and let them bring what they have to the damn team, right? And that's all I'm going to say about that. All right. We are coming up in less than 4 minutes remaining here in the second period. Let me update the shot clock here. Boom, 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 boom. Not too much has happened here. 4 shots on goal for the Maple Leafs, 8 for the Sharks in this period. In this second period. Thank you all for reminding me. All right. Maple Leafs dump the puck into the Shark zone. Oh, shell shocked. Oh, man. Sam Dickinson gets 2 bodies. Maple Leafs able to squeeze the puck up off of his stick, but the Sharks able to recover. Maple Leafs do recover the blue line, dump it back down, but Mac Celebrini is there to retrieve it. Exits the zone. Dumps the puck deep. Chernishoff is there. He wins the battle along the half wall. All right, here comes Will Smith. Oh, poke check away. Now the Maple Leafs turn. That's offsides, no? I guess not. Maple Leafs now setting up an offensive zone. Blast from the point, glove down by Nedeljkovic, baby. Gotta love it. Nettie has been sharp. With the exception of that one goal, he's been pretty solid. Hasn't been really challenged lately, and honestly, there was, you know, a couple of like I think one goal specifically last night. A lot of bodies were in front of Askarov's, you know, right in front of him in the shooting lane. You couldn't see nothing. Nedeljkovic had all the ice he needed to see that shot. So great glove save. Max, who was it? Max Domi? Not too sure. Or was that Simon Benoit? Not too sure. All right. Goddamn, with the puck gets stripped of it in the offensive zone. Here come the Maple Leafs. Zone entry. They got numbers. Not a great pass, but they're able to recover it. Send it back to the point. Now to the wing. Toronto still with the puck. Blast from the point and another glove save by Nedeljkovic. That time that was, is it Felipe? Is that how you say it? Myers, number 51, slap shot. That's saved by Nedeljkovic. A lot of pucks in the catcher, man. Right there in that glove. Gotta love it. All right, face off in the Sharks defensive zone. Clean face off win by Alexander Wennberg. Right in between the legs. Gotta love it. Here comes Willem Eklund. He shoots it. It goes high and wide. Keeping it in the zone are the Sharks. Eki now with it. He sends it back to the point. Looks like Vincent Desharnais out there. He's at Chief Keef. Chief Keef is absolutely manhandled off of the puck. But the Sharks are able to maintain zone possession. Now Toronto gets to the head. Bouncing puck finds his way to Wennberg's stick. Sharks now at the neutral zone. Entering the zone. Chief Keef tries to shoot it. It goes off of a body and up into the netting. All right. Waiting for that freaking second intermission here now. Let's see if we could change it up here. Michael Misa in the offensive zone has Colin Graff. Tyler Toffoli there. Face off on the left side of Solars, won by Toronto. Turning it over neutral zone. Michael Meeson now enters the zone with the puck. He has support. Toffoli now with the puck by the half wall behind the goal line. He sends it to Graf. Graf behind to Meeson and Trapezoid. Meeson to the point. Blast. I don't know if that was saved, but it looked like Sam Dickinson. Did it hit bodies or was it saved? Either way. Oh my gosh. Michael Meeson is absolutely just pummeled. Tyler Toffoli took exception to that. But Michael Meeson is absolutely pummeled right now in the freaking offensive zone. But the Sharks continue the pressure. Toronto Maple Leafs having some trouble right now trying to advance the puck in the Sharks zone. It's getting physical out there, by the way. 14 hits by the Maple Leafs. They're starting to pile up. All right, Matt Celebrini now with the puck. Zone entry. He passes it to Colin Graf. Colin Graf tries to feed it to Will Smith. That gets interrupted. John Tavares now with a nice nifty pass to the neutral zone. Zone entry by Toronto. They swing the puck all the way alongside the boards. John Tavares now drop passes it to the faceoff dot. Centering pass opportunity. Shot. Oh! Woo! That was a great chance for the Maple Leafs. They weren't able to finish it off, though. And here come the Sharks. Will Smith waiting for support. I don't think he meant to do that, but he did kind of turn it over. Oh, no. Here come the Maple Leafs making space for themselves. Damn. Maple Leafs had 2 prime opportunities right now, and they wasted them. Less than 30 seconds, fam. Coming up right now. Second intermission report, so don't go anywhere. Man. Come on, baby. Just mistake-free hockey for the next few seconds, guys. Let's go. All right. I think that's going to finish it off. They had the puck squeeze along the yellow trimming of the boards behind the trapezoid. Behind Toronto's net. Maple Leafs recover. They're just going to lift the puck up to the neutral zone center ice, and that's going to be the period. All right. I'm going to do this now so I don't forget. We'll switch to the third period. Second intermission coming up now. Let's do this. All right. First, vocal rest. We're going to take a quick 2-minute break here. Feel free to chat amongst yourselves or ask questions now. And thank you all for coming through again for another watch-along party. For real. I am glad that period is over too. I'm not gonna lie. Kind of gave me a little worried there. I was like, what the hell is going on? They got lucky though. There's no way like that was a penalty at all, bro. Like Lawrence absolutely tripped himself up and they try to call interference on me, so that was some bullshit. All right. You know, let's go into it now. We're talking. Let's do it. All right. This right here is the second intermission report. Once again, thank you all for joining me for this real... My bad. Getting distracted by noise outside. For this real-time reaction to the action, it's a watch-along party with Shark City Hockey. And right now the Sharks are leading 3-1. No real complaints about that second period. Sharks started off strong again. William Eklund got the third goal. 1 minute and 42 seconds into that period. We'll go over that in just a second. And John Tavares scored on the power play, 6 minutes and 43 seconds. And that's where we're at right now, 3-1. So shots on goal for San Jose, 18-11 for Toronto Maple Leafs. That's what I'm talking about. I got to actually check. I have to check this. I love to check the puck possession metrics here. So let me just do that really quick. Pull this up real quick, like boom, 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 boom. So San Jose has possessed the puck 61% of this game. So puck possession, 61% goes to San Jose, which means that more often than not in this game, we have control of the puck. So, there you go. That's why they've only generated 11 shots on net. Not to say that those are the shot attempts, but they've generated 11 shots on net. All right, 18 for San Jose. Let's just take a quick peek at who is contributing to the shots on goal. So for the San Jose Sharks, Wenberg, Goodrow, Ostapchuk, Eklund, Toffoli, Gaudette, Orlov, and Desharnais and Mukhamadullin have 1 shot each. Dmitry Orlov has 4 shots. Sam Dickinson has 2. So does Celebrini and Colin Graff, 2 shots each. So those are your San Jose Sharks players contributing to the shots on goal. Still at 55% of the faceoff wins for San Jose. This time 24 out of 44. So as we did last time, we're going to go take a quick look at the faceoff summary. In the offensive zone, the Sharks are 15 for 19, 79%. You got to love that, man. They've won 79% of the faceoffs inside the offensive zone. That means anytime they're in Toronto's zone, they're winning that down faceoff. You got to love that. In the neutral zone, they're 3 for 11, 27%, not too shabby. 6 out of 14 in the defensive zone. You'd like to see them clean that up, but nonetheless, they've possessed the puck for about 64% of this game, so not too much to worry about there. Alexander Wenberg has won 4 out of 8 opportunities, 50%. Kiefer Sherwood, 1 for 1, 100%. Colin Graff, unfortunately, did not win his only opportunity, 0 for 1. Zach Ostapchuk is 6 out of 8, 75%. Macklin Celebrini is 5 for 11, 45%. Michael Misa, 6 for 10, 60%. And Adam Gaudette is 2 for 5, 40%. And those are the San Jose Sharks contributing to your face-off percentage. 55%, 24 44 face-offs won. The San Jose Sharks did have an opportunity on the power play. As a matter of fact, both teams had an opportunity on the power play, and they both were awarded in that second period. Sharks are 0 for 1. Dakota Joshua was called 2 minutes for tripping Sam Dickinson at 7 minutes and 23 seconds. Sharks were unable to convert on that power play. And Michael Misa was called 2 minutes for interference. Steven Lorentz, BS, Bull Shark. He tried to jump around the back of Misa simultaneously as he was trying to jump around the back, like hop over, try to create space. Misa was also crossing over. So the way it looked in real time is as if Misa just bumped him, crossed him off and interfered. Almost looked like he shoulder checked him in real time fast. So I understand why the ref raised his hand and blew the whistle. But nonetheless, if you looked at it, it was just bogus call. So we have someone saying, what's the score? That's fair. We could lower this for you. It is 3-1. San Jose, baby. San Jose Sharks are currently in the lead. All right. So where were we? We were talking about face-offs. We were talking about penalties. So Toronto Maple Leafs are 1 for 1 on their power play, courtesy of John Tavares. So let's talk about the goals here really quick that went down in the second period. William Eklund's goal just started in the Sharks defensive zone. Let's see. So Chief Keefe got the secondary assist, his 10th of the season, and Alexander Wenberg got the primary assist, 34th of the season. Chief Keefe won a battle on the boards for for puck possession in the defensive zone, and he fed it towards center ice as the Sharks exited their own zone to Alexander Wennberg. Alexander Wennberg carries the puck past his own blue line into Toronto's zone, past their blue line, passes up toward the boards near the wing for Eki, and Eklund kind of like, it was a very unique, interesting sequence. So he like throws the puck and goes off the boards and comes back toward the left padding of the Toronto Maple Leafs netminder there, of Stolarz, and it found its way in, baby. It was a pretty solid goal, to be honest with you. So that made it 3-0, 1 minute and 42 seconds into the game. About, give or take 5 minutes, just about 5 minutes later on the power play, John Tavares gets the goal. Now, I just got to say this. The Sharks had two opportunities shorthanded, two 2-on-1 opportunities shorthanded on that penalty kill. So the fact that they actually converted on their power play, you know, kudos to them, because the Sharks could have scored twice. And that's exactly what happened. So the Sharks were on a 2-on-1 opportunity. Alexander Wennberg and Barclay Goodrow. Goodrow blasted it. Stolarz makes a save. Toronto is able to recover the puck. A great leading pass from the own goal line up to the Sharks blue line. Toronto does a zone entry. Nylander gets the puck at the blue line, passes to Cohen, who then has Tavares on his wing. They split Nick Leddy up, and Tavares just snaps it home, baby. Snap shot past Alex Nedeljkovic for his 29th of the season. And that's how Toronto got their goal. All right. And we got someone saying, "Oh, go Misa." And then hope the Habs go all the way this year. They play exciting hockey. All right. Welcome to all you fans from other fan bases. I appreciate y'all. As a matter of fact, while I'm going through this watch along, or while I'm going through this intermission report, why don't you all let me know where you're joining us from tonight? Comment your city in the comments, in the chat. All right. 15 hits for the Toronto Maple Leafs. I was saying that not too long ago that the physicality is starting to pick up. And Michael Misa, unfortunately, has been on the receiving end of that a couple of times. And 12 hits for the San Jose Sharks. 11 block shots for Toronto, 12 for San Jose. The Maple Leafs have 8 giveaways. San Jose Sharks giveaways are starting to catch up. 15. 6 takeaways for the Toronto Maple Leafs and 3 for the Sharks. So this is the final game between these two clubs. 20 minutes remaining in regulation. Sharks have a 2-goal lead, 3-1. They also have a lead in the season series, 1-0. They defeated the Maple Leafs back in Toronto in December in overtime, 3-2. So we'll see how this game plays out. As far as shots on goal, let's just quickly do this one more time. 6 for the Toronto Maple Leafs in that first period, 5 in the second. San Jose had 10 in the first and 8 in that second period. All right. Now let's take a quick look at what's going on around the league. As we mentioned earlier, some of your final scores: Edmonton Oilers at home defeated the Chicago Blackhawks 3-1. The Minnesota Wild at home defeated the visiting Vancouver Canucks 5-2. Dallas Stars shut out the Winnipeg Jets. That's what we need, Sharks fans. They won by a score of 3-0. New Jersey defeats Washington 7-3. The Hurricanes defeat the Blue Jackets 5-1. The Flyers lose at home to Detroit Red Wings 4-2. The Rangers lose at home to the Canadiens 3-2. So there's your happy Habs fan celebrating. Probably moves. I'll get my months on. I don't know, man. I think Matthews is capable of rebounding. I think Matthews needs to come back home to the Bay Area, brother. I'm just kidding. Anyways, and on that note, yep. Maybe they should. All right. Florida Panthers defeat the visiting Boston Bruins, score 2-1. The Pittsburgh Penguins lose on the road to the Tampa Bay Lightning 6-3. Senators defeat the Sabres 4-1. Now the games that we're interested in. Currently at the 2 periods, the Golden Knights are tied up at home in Vegas against Calgary 3-3. Flames have a let's see, how did the Flames scored 2 goals in that second period, right? But the Vegas Golden Knights got all 3 of their goals in the second period as well, so that'll be interesting to see how that plays out. I mean, as far as like playoff implication goes, not too worried about it. I mean, Vegas is kind of still pressing. You know, they got that 3rd spot in Pacific. I imagine they're still trying to press for the top. I'm just interested in seeing how they perform now that they got the new coach there, Torts, and excuse me, I misspoken there. I just realized that Torts could be confused with an old school Nashville coach. So John Tortorella. The reason why I'm even mentioning this is because on the last podcast that we had, Frostbitten, my co-host Tyler, we're just kind of hypothesizing, kind of just playing to the fan base who've been talking about Warzo lately. Like, okay, who would be a good fit? And he wanted to see that guy come to the Sharks, which I was like, okay. But so it was just hilarious because we literally just released that episode, and a few days later, he gets hired by Vegas. Anyways, so that's why I was kind of interested in that game. Anyways, side note, my bad. Let's get refocused here. The games we care about. Toronto, excuse me. Oh my gosh. Utah Mammoth currently has a lead 3-2 after 2 periods over the Seattle Kraken. I was telling you, it's really hard to decide who I want to win this game because Mammoth have that first wildcard spot, but the Kraken are like, you know, they are kind of competing for the spot that we're in right now, right? So in many ways, kind of happy that the Mammoth have a lead. I said it earlier in the first intermission, got to go for the Mammoth. The Predators have a 2-0 lead over the Kings. Absolutely love that. They just started the second period a couple of minutes ago. I love that the Predators are defeating the Kings. However, it's kind of tough because the Kings have the wild card spot that we want right now, that last playoff spot in the West, and we want that spot. But the Predators, who will be in San Jose on Saturday, are contending for our spot too. So these 2 games I'm super intrigued and interested in, but I'm also torn. I don't know who to go for. You all let me know who you're going with. All right. Got some Maple Leaf talk in the chat, so keep it going. Absolutely love that. And now back to our game here in San Jose. We're about 1 minute away from the puck being dropped in the 3rd period, so let's just kind of enjoy it. I'll do a little vocal rest. You don't have to hear me jabber jaw like the Dulkovich mask. And you know, we'll just kind of chill and be till puck drop. All right, baby, game on. So, word from Toronto Maple Leafs is Oliver Ekman-Larsson is not going to return to this game tonight. I guess he would out sometime in the second period. So now Toronto is without a skater. Speaking of which, here comes Toronto from their own trapezoid now. Entering the Shark zone. Draw pass, shot attempt, hits the post. Another blast. Ooh, Toronto almost came within one right within the first minute of this period. Sharks assistant coach was just talking right before puck drop that we need to go all out and just continue to bring it. Definitely need to do that after that lucky freaking shot off the post for San Jose. Wow. Toronto starting off pretty hot in this third period. Already 3 shots on net and 1 off the post. So we're not even 2 minutes in. All right, here comes San Jose. Misa's shot goes up into the netting. So word is from the Sharks broadcast team, Randy Hahn, absolute legend, is that if we do win tonight, we will finish the evening with that second wild card spot, baby. So would love to be back in the playoff standings. Now, I already said this a while back ago, a couple of weeks ago. I'm not going to praise us being in the playoffs until it's officially clinched. It's going to be really tight. So we have to... Oh, that should be a penalty. And it is, baby. It is. Colin Graff gets tripped up. Dakota Joshua not having a good night. That's his second tripping call tonight. First against Sam Dickinson in the second period. Now against Colin Graff in the third period. So the San Jose Sharks will have a power play. Absolutely need to convert on this one and put this one away. Let's go San Jose. Type chomp chomp in the comment section. I'm gonna bust out the Sharky here. Chomp 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 chomp. All right, Celebrini on the power play. San Jose cycling the puck around. Will Smith to the point of Orlov. Orlov throws it toward the net. It hits bodies. Is blocked and cleared all the way back down to the Sharks trapezoid. Here comes Orlov retrieving the puck. Passes it to Foley blue line. He passes it back to Will Smith in the zone, who passes it to Celebrini top left. Celebrini enters the zone. Tries to center it. He actually does to Smith, but Smith's redirected shot off of Celebrini's pass. Didn't have enough mustard on it. Very, very easily gets to Stolarz. He's able to just cover that puck up. Yes, sir. Chomp, chomp, chomp. Let's go, Sharks. How dare you? That's what's up, though. That's what's up. Toronto Maple Leaf legend Joe Thornton, right? That's awesome. All right, Wenberg battling for the puck. Being pressed by 2 penalty killers. Oh, breakaway opportunity for Toronto. Shorthanded. Nice backhanded tip, but saved by Nedeljkovic. Wow. What a prime opportunity. You know what? Both of these teams, shorthanded, have either had 2-on-1s or breakaway opportunities. Who is that? Looks like Nyes had a great opportunity. Too many moves on that one, in my opinion. But great save by Ned Velkovic. Face-off 1 in the Sharks zone. A minute remaining on the power play. Leafs are pressing on the PK, but here come the Sharks. Sherwood shot right off of the shoulder of Stolarz. Great save by the netminder for Toronto there, man. Always appreciate a shoulder save. I used to play in net, so it's pretty awesome. Yes, that's true. He did play for them, and yes, they did raise his banner. They retired his number right before we did here in San Jose. Same here, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, anti-power play this game. Yeah, the reverse power play. Oh yeah, baby! No! I was so confident that went in. Man. That looked like Misa. They're calling it Eklund, but that looked like Michael Misa. Went off of the post. Oh man. Let me get rid of this. We're no longer on the power play. But oh, I thought that was a goal for sure. I gotta see the replay. That was Eki? No, that was Misa, wasn't it? Let me see the replay. No, that's Misa. They're both. Oh no. Both Misa and Eklund. Eklund with the shot. Stolarz makes it 8. Yeah, Misa hits the post. And then the wide open cage is there. And Eklund try to dive to bury it. And Benoit dives and meets him there first. Wow. That should have been the put away goal. I'll be real with you right now, fam. On the Toronto side, your goaltender has showed up tonight. You guys aren't doing him much favors. What a freaking sequence there. And that's the second post, by the way, the Sharks hit. So, you know, maybe he's just getting a little bit of lady luck on his side. Woo! All right, I said corrected. Gaudette had a great one-time opportunity, like 10 feet in front of him, and great save again. Stolarz is doing pretty damn good. Yeah, that was stick taps to their to Benoit defensively. Here come the Sharks. Misa again. Nasty rebound, but that gets cleared away. Graf almost had a wide open net. For real. Missed the put away goal. All right. Wow, I honestly thought that Misa scored. That hit the post, and then Eki had a chance. Damn, that was a good save too. Ostapchuk feeds Gaudette, who's right in the slot. High danger zone, as they call it, all you stat nerds. And just absolutely. Dude, Michael Misa had a great play there too. His hockey IQ. He sees that Colin Graf is rushing to the crease down the slot. And instead of shooting it, he kind of like throws it off the pads. And in many like respects, kind of pass it off a Stolarz for Graf, but he wasn't there to put it away. Ooh, Myers from the point. Velkovic makes a save. Toronto's pressing. Come on, Toffoli. Give it a Graf. Nah, they're going to elect to do a line change. They're just going to dump it there. Let's update the shot clock. There's been some more shots on net here. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom. All right, score still the same, though. A little bit more offense to start this period. 7 shots on goal from the Maple Leafs. 6 from San Jose Sharks in this third period. Oh, bro. You're throwing it back. Cujo, dude, that mask was fire. Absolutely fire, bro. Oops. Yep, Eklund gets the highlight. Curtis Joseph was back in the day. He was a dope goaltender. Ooh. Benoit hits the crossbar. Toronto, great offensive pressure right now. Stealing the puck away from the Sharks in their defensive zone. Sharks are out there for more than like 80 seconds now. That's Sherwood, Eklund, Wenberg, their current shift. They are stuck in the defensive zone. Nedeljkovic with the glove. Robertson literally just skates up and tries to backhand it right up to the crease, and Nedeljkovic is there to save the day. Great goaltending. 8 shots so far for the Toronto Maple Leafs. That's almost 1 shot per minute, and Nedeljkovic has been doing fantastic in this final frame so far. So stick taps to the goaltending, man. Gotta love it. Conversation diverting to Cujo in the chat, which is all good. I absolutely love the dialogue amongst the fans. I love it when you're all able to talk amongst yourselves too, because it also brings some fresh perspectives. And, there's a whole lot of new hockey fans joining, especially on the San Jose side, with this team being, returning to some exciting hockey again. So I love it when we talk about some old school stuff here. So I did love, it's this kind of says, I love this helmet. When I played ball hockey as a goalie, I tried to reference my play style like his. Evgeny Nabokov inspired me to be a goaltender back in the early 2000s. Nowadays, I play, defensively / like forward offensive defenseman, but and I'm not trying to like toot my own horn here. I play roller hockey, so we play at the puck. I play on a rink, so I got the inline hockey going on too. But yeah, I started as a goalie because of Nabby. But yeah, man. All right, so TV timeout right now. While you're all here, comment your city, rep your hood. Comment your city, where you join us from here tonight. I am streaming to y'all live from the heart of Sharks territory, San Jose, California. Born, raised, and living here. Loyal to our soil here in Shark City. And by the way, if you don't know already, I'm Aaron, your host here for this live watch along party, as the San Jose Sharks are currently leading this game 3-1. So we'll continue our watch along with real-time reaction to the action. And you all continue to, chat amongst yourself, keep the dialogue rolling. Appreciate you all coming through and, chilling, talking till, or in this case, talking Leafs. But yeah, let's roll. Let's go. All right, face off in the Shark zone, won and advanced out by Adam Gaudette. Adam Gaudette ducks the puck into Toronto zone, but they are there to recover. Ooh, they try to pass it. Gaudette's stick there interrupts it, so they have to freaking retreat. Ooh, nice shake and bake. Gaudette and Goodrow were right there pressing, but the Toronto Maple Leafs are able to momentarily clear it out of the zone. They do retreat, however. And they are with the puck now. They dump it deep into the Shark zone. Dmitry Orlov wins the race to the corner of the rink. He chips it ahead to neutral zone. Sharks do dump it deep. They elect to do a line change. I see Celebrini out there, so our top line is now out. That's Chill Mack, Chernishoff, Will Smith, and Macklin Celebrini. With the puck is Leddy now. Nick Leddy tried to feed the pass to Chernishoff. I don't think he was ready for it, so it's going to be icing as it goes all the way down. Yes, sir. Thank you very much. All right. We are almost halfway through this final frame. Sharks do have an insurance goal. They currently lead by 2. Face-off won by Macklin Celebrini, but Toronto holds the zone. They blast it from the slot. Woo! These guys are pressing this period. All right. Puck makes it to the neutral ice. Chernishoff and Smith kind of interrupting the pass attempts from Toronto there. They play it off of the boards, and it makes a nice Toronto bounce into the Sharks zone. Great defensive play and stand up by Macklin Celebrini on Nice, who was trying to make a passing attempt that allows the Sharks to recover in the defensive zone. They advance the puck in the neutral zone, but the puck gets off of Chernisov's stick, and now here come the Maple Leafs. Ooh, Robertson splits 3 Sharks players, and his backhand goes up high. That was some swift stick handling there. Don't mind the score. The Leafs have really been pressing this period. They've been the better team. I'm not going to lie. Sharks kind of been surviving these first 10 minutes. Maple Leafs now deep in the Shark zone. Misa's able to recover it, and he just dumps it to the neutral zone. Good. There's a lot of rich history there for sure. So it's a Leafs misreads for show. Well, you should have told your coach to play him more. Man, I mean, it is what it is, right? Like, sometimes that's just how it is. If you have, plenty of talent, sometimes you find yourself in the American Hockey League. But, we love what Ryan Reese has brought to our locker room, to our culture. So, quick little story time here as they have a stoppage in play. I was fortunate enough to be invited to, check out the locker room, behind the scenes during Sharks training camp by the public relations or the media coordinators, team for San Jose Sharks. And I got to see Ryan Reeves during, training camp. And the guy he was not shying away from being physical. They're young guys. You could feel and hear and see his presence on that ice, and you could just tell right away that this guy was going to be positively infectious for this San Jose Sharks group. And you don't have to have me try to retell history here, man. It's pretty obvious the impact he's had on this team. He brought us that awesome player of the game, like Shark Tooth necklace thing. Before that, it was some random stuff, bro, like a platter and then a football helmet. It was just like some random stuff. I mean, at the beginning of the season, they're just kind of like poking fun at it and just choosing random things. So I'm glad he came through with that. But nonetheless, he's been an absolute blast these past couple of games in the broadcast booth. And he did mention that he wants to come back next year and finish his career at San Jose. So I'd love to see that. But yeah, back to the point, dude. I think Ryan Reeves absolutely changed the culture here in San Jose. And, that's some grown man status right there, bro. Just coming over here and being, having a great impact on these young players, these young men. So super excited that we had him. Yeah, Sharks do look tired now. Now it's starting to catch up playing last night as we get toward the end of this game. We got some fans calling for their team to step it up. All right. Dude, Willem Eklund is looking fantastic tonight. I love the way he's handling the puck and flying in and out of the zone. All right. Name of the game is score a goal and try to survive the final 7 here. We win tonight's game and we're back in a playoff spot, fam. Let's do this. Oh, giveaway in our own zone. Toronto now trying to set up a play. Battle for it along the boards. They had a center an opportunity there, but it bounced off of a Shark player. And Velkovic wisely covers it up. I think we're going to have another TV timeout. All right, I want to take vocal rest, fam. So I'm going to turn up the beats for a little bit as we're on this TV timeout. All right. This one slaps. It's true. We have the insurance goal. But a lot could change, man. Look at the Sharks last night's game. There are a bunch of defensemen that we're going to have unrestricted, so. Yes, sir. That's true. All true. Facts. 1723. All right, game on, baby. Let's do this. Come on, Sharks. Let's hold them off. There you go. Skate Goody. Or that. Oh, stop, Chuck. Either way. Let's go 23 and 63. What is that? What's the stoppage for? Hand pass? All right. It's all good. Exactly, bro. Not only should they be able to handle the back-to-backs, these youngsters, but that's why I'm so excited to see them get into the playoffs, because that youth, that stamina, that endurance, that resiliency, that's going to be a huge factor in favor for San Jose Sharks. For real. For real. All right, let's go Sharks. Oh, what's going on with Eki, man? Eki's hurt. He dropped to a knee. He cleared the puck, and he went straight to the bench. I imagine he took a puck. I heard from Drew Menda saying that he went down the tunnel. Hopefully, that's some updates on that in a little bit. Good news is Sharks have 2-goal lead, and their next game is Saturday, so they get some rest. But they've been impressive. They've been impressive this homestand. Tavares got a power play goal, so not exactly invisible, but I feel you on there. All right, here come the Sharks now. Colin Graff dumps it deep. My bad, fam. Trying to get this stat line lined up for y'all. Rather quiet period goal-wise. Both teams had some great opportunities. There's another one. Will Smith at the shot. And another TV timeout. So the chat has taken a life of its own. So I'm just going to continue to just update my stats in the background and turn up the beats. Oh man, what a comment. All right, so we got about 4 minutes remaining in regulation here, fam. Celebrini clears it. I imagine it's going to be a lot of defend the lead and maybe even collapse in front of net for the Sharks. Right now they have possession in the offensive zone. Ferraro's shot goes wide. Here comes Macklin Celebrini. Ooh, Mark Ferraro took a nasty check, and he looks to be a little hurt. Ferraro is PO'd. He gets to the bench, and he just smashed his stick per Randy Hahn. That's the other thing, too, man. So Willem Eklund got shaken up, and Mario Ferraro a little PO'd right now, too. In the last couple of minutes, we have to definitely make sure we just don't win these games, but we don't get hurt in the process, right? Empty net for Toronto. Toronto has pulled the goalie. My feed is a little behind. That's true. Nylander, Tavares, cap in front of the net in the blue crease. Empty net. Let's go. Delkovich plays the puck behind his net. for Nick Leddy, but Toronto recovers. 6-on-5 hockey right now. Toronto at the point. Throw it toward the net. Nice save by Nedeljkovic. Kick save. Sharks cannot clear the zone. Meklasela-Brini gives it a chance. Held in at the blue line. All right. Second opportunity. Nice play off the boards. Oh, there's Meklasela-Brini to empty net, and he's thrown down to the ice by William Nylander. Wow. Nylander just absolutely crushed him. Fans are kind of booing. I think they want a boarding call there. Leafs are offside. It's all Gucci, man. I appreciate it, though. Yeah, so I think what I'm watching is a little behind from the live game tracker, and then what you guys are watching might be a little behind from, that's just the way it works in the world of streaming these days. Watching a live stream broadcast while doing a live stream broadcast. So we'll meet in the middle. So because there's stoppage in play and it's in a neutral zone, the Leafs netminder temporarily is in the net. Now they're back empty net. Toronto, my bad. That right there is going to be promising. I think we're about to wrap this one up, fam. As you can see, we got the spoiler ready, but we'll see who scores here. Toronto toward the net. They still have possession of it. I already know this is going wide open. Adam got it. Secures it, baby. Yes, sir, baby. That is it. Let's go. San Jose Sharks score an empty net goal. 4-1 is your score. More than likely, that is going to be your final. Yes, it is 4 wins in a row. I can't believe it, says the chat. I do believe it, says your host. Damn. Give it up for the San Jose Sharks, baby. 4 freaking dubs in a row. We're going to end this night on, not on top, but rather in a playoff spot. That is your final score, baby. 4-1. San Jose Sharks regain playoff position. They are now your 8th ranked team in the West. Is it 8 these days? Yeah, it's still 8. Okay, so they got that second wild card spot. Let's just quickly check the score up in LA. Yeah, we'll see what happens in LA. So as of right now, the Sharks are the second wild card spot. There's still one more period to go in Los Angeles. The Predators have a 4-3 lead over them. So let's see if the Preds can hold them off for another 20 minutes. So good chat, man. You got a subscriber, aloha from Hawaii. Bro, thank you very much. I appreciate you subscribing. Thank you all. Like and smash that like and subscribe, that thumbs up and subscribe button if you enjoyed it tonight. See you on the tank on Saturday. Absolutely. See you at the tank. If you recognize me, just say, yo, what's up? It's South, just say SW. I'll know what you're talking about. You know what I mean? So have a blessed night. Absolutely. You too. Thank you all very much. I'm going to let this, the chat has been absolutely wild today. You guys have been amazing. So I'll stick by for a little bit longer tonight. Not too much longer, but I'll stick by to do an intermission show, or excuse me, a post-game show. We can talk about the game really quick here. And but you guys have been absolutely jawsome in the chat. Fantastic game by the San Jose Sharks. 4 dubs in a row. All that belief, all that commitment for you fans out there through these last few seasons is paying off. And damn, baby, let's hope that the Predators could beat the Kings tonight, so we could enter Saturday really being in control of our own destiny there, right? So only a few more games remain, fam. That was game number 74. We have 8 more games remaining, and thank you to everyone who's been, coming through for these watch-along parties. You already know that this will be the last watch-along party for us this week. Yours truly will be at the tank to cheer on the Sharks against the Predators. And Monday, when they take on the Blackhawks, more than likely I'll be lacing up my own skates because this past Monday, I kind of left my team hanging. I am in a league right now. And I would love to, get back on the rink and play some hockey. We'll see if I can stay away from doing these live streams, though, because Sharks hockey right now is just so freaking impressive, bro. But for me, just kind of aligned with the Sharks, our season is coming to a tail end, so I would like to go out there and, put some more stats up on the rink. But we'll see. You never know what happens. Maybe we do get together, maybe we don't. But I guarantee you that on Wednesday night, when the Sharks take on the Oilers, we will get together again. So if I don't see you, I might not see you till then. So thank you all very much. I appreciate you guys. And again, please like and subscribe if you enjoyed today's show. And just so you know, Shark City Hockey is on Instagram. That's our content hub. So please follow us. Give us a follow over there on Instagram. And we're also on Threads. So that's usually the 3 social channels that we are actively on. And we're trying to grow this YouTube channel. So I appreciate y'all, man. I appreciate y'all. All right. So let's do this now. Let me just update that final score for the empty netter there. Zach Ostapchuk got the empty net. Adam Gaudette got the empty netter to make the final score 4-1. Adam Gaudette has 2 goals in like 3 games now, right? So that's what's up. In fact, I believe that was the only goal in the 3rd period. So Sharks survive, and Toronto had to pull their netminder to try to get back into it. Man, what a good game, dude. What a good game. A lot of you kind of pointed out that the Sharks looked a little bit tired toward the end of that game. True, but they're able to hold it down. All right, let's go into the intermission, or rather the post game here really quick. All right, so your final score is 4-1. San Jose Sharks get their 4th dub in a row, keeping the win streak alive. This game was all San Jose. That 3rd period, I'm just going to be fair and say, was pretty much Toronto. They definitely didn't go without a fight, but I think they just had too much of a mountain to climb. The first period, the San Jose Sharks had a 2-0 lead thanks to Zach Ostapchuk and Colin Graff. Zach Ostapchuk scored his 4th goal of the season at 3 minutes and 27 seconds off of a wrist shot. Colin Graff scored at 17 minutes and 43 seconds in the first period off of a wrist shot for his 20th of the year. In the second period, William Eklund got his 13th of the season to make it 3-0 at 1 minute and 42 seconds. And then John Tavares got the only goal for the Toronto Maple Leafs. That was on the power play, his 29th of the year, 6 minutes and 43 seconds in the second period. And we just seen it together. Empty netter buried by Adam Gaudette for his 17th of the season. That happened at 19:03 to 3rd. Your 3 stars of this game: Alexander Alexander Nedeljkovic with a .947 save percentage. He made 18 saves. I mean, they didn't really give him too much work tonight, so good job for Ned. Let me update the shot clock here real quick. In the first period, Toronto Maple Leafs put 6 shots on net. In the second, they put 5, and in the third, they put 8. Sharks had 10 in the first, 8 in the second, 7 in the third. Your total is 19 shots on goal for the Toronto Maple Leafs and 25 for the San Jose Sharks. Sharks kind of held it down in the face-off zone. They got away from them in that third period. They ended the night with 31 out of 60 face-off wins. That's 51.7%. Penalties awarded today. In the second period, Michael Misa was called 2 minutes for interference on Steven Lorentz. Sharks had some prime opportunities to score shorthanded there. But, John Tavares, as already mentioned, power play goal. They did convert, so they're 1 for 1. Sharks had 2 opportunities on the power play, both courtesy of Dakota Joshua. First call tripping Sam Dickinson in the second, and then tripping Colin Graff in the third. Sharks, however, were unable to score on their 2 opportunities on the power play. This game was very physical, especially if you were wearing a blue and white jersey. Toronto Maple Leafs laid 21 hits on the San Jose Sharks. One that kind of shook up Mario Ferraro, so I'm interested in seeing what happened with him after we get off tonight's live stream. Sharks had 17 hits. Block shots, 15 for Toronto, 16 for San Jose. 19 giveaways for the Sharks, 14 for Toronto Maple Leafs, and 7 takeaways for Toronto, 4 for San Jose. Either way, San Jose wins the game 4-1. They sweep the season series 2-0. Again, San Jose Sharks defeated Toronto in overtime, December 11th, 3-2. And now tonight at the Tank, they defeated the Maple Leafs 4-1. Yes, sir. What a freaking game, man. What a game. A look ahead. So the San Jose Sharks, this hockey season is going to be over in 2 weeks, fam. 2 weeks. Last game of the season is April 16th. So let me just share this with y'all really quick here. Let me share this with y'all. So you can see the San Jose Sharks. Next up is the Predators. It's going to be a great game, man. These are 2 teams who are pretty much battling for that final wildcard spot. The Blackhawks are slowly kind of trying to get second best pick in the league, perhaps. They got best chance at they got better odds at maybe winning the lottery. I think it's going to be given to Vancouver, to be real with you, but we'll see. But we'll be playing them Monday. The Sharks play the Blackhawks on Monday night. Wednesday, more than likely, is going to be the next time we get together here. So in about less than a week from now. The Sharks will be taking on the Oilers. I am very interested in seeing how this game plays out because it was the Oilers that defeated us before the Olympic break that kind of started a huge skid for the Sharks when they came back. And then the Sharks defeated the Oilers to kind of get right back in it. Of course, we're on a 4-game win streak right now. Previously, we were like on a 6-game losing streak. So we're getting hot at the right time. Hopefully we stay that way. I believe we'll take the Predators, even though they smashed us. I think they scored a touchdown on us the last time we got together. But I think I'm praying that we have their number this time, especially at home. We have another game against them, so we absolutely have to set the tone this time because these 2 games are going to be crucial to our playoff chances here. But yeah, so next time we get together, we'll more than likely be the Oilers. So, hey, look at that. Another back-to-back next week. Ain't that something? So the Oilers on Wednesday night and then the Ducks on Thursday night. Hopefully these back-to-backs don't catch up to us as well. You know what I mean? Because you can see we brought it. We brought that heat the first 2 periods. Started kind of digress and started slowing down a little bit in that third, right? So, and you can see we end the season on a back-to-back. Wednesday, Thursday nights, man. 3 weeks in a row. It's cray-cray. Anyways, so we'll begin together for, if I could be 100 with you, out of the 8 remaining games, I'm thinking we're gonna get together for the back-to-backs and the Saturday game. Not this Saturday, but next Saturday game. So put it on your schedule. Of course, I'll be reminding y'all on our Instagram stories at Shark City Hockey. So the Oilers game, the Ducks game, the Canucks game, the second or the last Prez game, Blackhawks and Jets will get together for those watch-along parties. The only thing I could think of is for those last 3 games, if for some reason my work schedule kind of conflicts with it, so hopefully I get off and get home early enough to get that live stream started. But either way, I'll come through and we'll get together. Even for me, it's just running a little bit late. But anyways, enough of all that. I just want to say thank you all. Let y'all get an idea of when we all get together again to chill and talk teal. And that right there, fam, I think is just about all I have for you tonight. So let's go celebrate 4 dubs in a row. The San Jose Sharks have, they did it. They freaking did it, bro. They end tonight with the 4-game win streak. And honestly, man, like that's all you can really ask for, dude. Like, I'm just gonna end with this. Like, it's been highs and lows. It's been an absolute roller coaster ride of a season, especially this past month when we're like flirting with playoff contention, dropping toward tanking status, and then coming back. So the fact that they're back at home and they got this momentum and they're starting to heat up, that's all you can really ask for as a fan. So regardless of what happens from here till then in the next 2 weeks, I absolutely love this season. It's been fun, fantastic season to watch, and I'm really just excited to be sharing these moments with all of you out there. So enough of that. You all enjoy the rest of your night. I'm Aaron James, your host for tonight's watch along party with real-time reaction to the action. San Jose Sharks defeated the Toronto Maple Leafs by a final score of 4-1. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and all that jazz. Find us on social media at Shark City Hockey. And until next time, let's go Sharks. You all be safe, and I'll see you at the tank.